Welcome to another review by me, Dooley. Today we're in the legendary Masai Mara and we're going to come pretty close to death actually. Now, if nature and luxurious accommodation is right up your street, then stay tuned because this place has got it all. Now, our trip actually began in Nairobi, and although it's possible to fly to the Masai Mara, we chose the cheap and cheerful route, which is also the more scenic route in my opinion, through the Rift Valley, and pretty soon we were at the meetup point with our guide Dennis.
First of all, my name is Dennis. I'll be your guide for this 4 nights as you'll be with us, and I will try my best to make the safari to be wow. We normally carry drinks with us. Also, we have the safari tissue, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, sanitary bag for the ladies, sun cream. Okay. So that is it. Welcome for Samanara Mara, and we are so happy to be with you. And thank you so much for choosing us as Samana.
From this point on, the real adventure began. Within a few minutes, we were already crossing rivers, we could see the first animals, and really enjoying our time in this amazing vehicle. As I mentioned before, I'd been on uncountable safaris, but this was actually my first time in a completely open-sided vehicle, and it was one hell of an experience. And before we knew it, we were in our camp called Samanara Mara. And I will let the owner Samir share a few words about his place.
Samana Mara is our secluded, family-owned, luxury-tented safari camp located on the banks of a small river at the edge of the Masai Mara National Reserve. It's fully solar-powered with a backup generator to ensure a sustainable and a comfortable stay. The camp features 5 spacious ensuite tents, each equipped with an additional outdoor shower. We also have a private viewing deck which allows guests to immerse themselves in the natural surroundings.
Now back to our own personal experience. As soon as we arrived, we were served these non-alcoholic mocktails by a very friendly man called Lamek. This guy was an absolute gem, and this whole place was absolutely amazing. It was literally built onto or into the rock formations, which I find really cool, with them jutting out of the ground. And this was a very nice place to have your check-in and your security briefing. I was very happy to see a fully stocked bar, so no one is going thirsty here, and a really comfortable area where you can just chat and talk about your safari stories. We were already super excited for what was to come. Now this was also the tent where you had your meals, so breakfast, lunch and dinner, and it was quite a nice place, I have to say. It was really cool that they set up the tables all together for our group. It's a nice way to get to know people. Of course, you can also have it separate. You can have your own romantic little table set up somewhere else. But for us, this was great. And I mean, what an amazing view out into the Masai Mara. But more on that later. Let's go and check out the rooms. Now, one thing to know that's really important is that you should never walk around outside at night. During the day, it's not a problem. And here we're getting escorted to our private tent called Nyati. And I have to say that this is really living it up in the bush. It doesn't get closer to nature than this. The tent opens fully on all 3 sides, and this really gives you this feeling of being immersed in nature. It's amazing to be able to sit down and relax and look out over the Masai Mara. There was also a very cool little desk here, very retro, and you actually got a free cap and free water bottles with your stay, which I thought was really cool. Those are some very nice touches. Here you can see the bed and a chest at the foot of the bed where they keep all of the nighttime bedding, and then also an extra day bed, which was quite nice too. And here a full-length mirror, so you can see you're not really lacking anything. This is really like a 5-star hotel. You have bathrobes, you have all the storage, so absolutely more than enough space for a couple, or even for 4. You know, parents and 2 kids can probably stay in here. There was even his and hers sinks, which I thought were really great. I particularly like the fact that you got drinking water to brush your teeth, and also hot water at all times with some very nice amenities. Definitely 5-star in my opinion, and I was super excited for the rest of the experience. Now you might be wondering, what about animals? Well, let Samir tell you about that.
Okay, this is another unique feature of our camp. This small ever-flowing stream separates our plot from the national park. The national park is on the other side. We have a lot of wild animals that cross the stream that come into and through our camp. So far, all the animals that we've seen here include hippo, buffalo, giraffe, elephant, wildebeest, zebra, jackal, hyena, all kinds of different species.
Now, is this dangerous? Not at all, as long as you never leave your tent at night. But now, let's go and check out something I love, and that is the food. The first thing when we arrived after checking into our rooms was this amazing 4 p.m. snack time, which was really an entire meal. And we did try and save some space for dinner, but these pizzas were absolutely delicious. This was followed by homemade banana and strawberry ice cream, which was absolutely divine. And then as the sun began to set, we decided to sit outside and enjoy the wildlife, as you can see here. That is the camp cat, and of course the beautiful sunset at this amazing fireplace. Another thing that sets them apart from any other camp, in my opinion, is the amazing night turn down service, where they put a hot water bottle under your blankets and close off everything for you before you come back from dinner.
Once again, I'd like to welcome you to Samana restaurant. So for today, we start with the broccoli soup with bread rolls, and for the main course, we have chicken, steak, crab chops, roasted potatoes, and for the dessert, orange cheesecake.
Now, even though it had only been a couple of hours since our pizza snack, this dinner was absolutely incredible. It absolutely hit the spot. The salads were so delicious and fresh, so many herbs, but the stars of the show was all the barbecued meat, of which there seemed to be an unlimited amount. And in general, the food at this camp, absolutely mind-boggling. Definitely some delicious fusion foods, some traditional Kenyan style foods. You can also ask for more European, dishes if that's what you like. But all in all, everything was 10 out of 10. And you need that because the next morning, before the sun even rises, it's time to cross the river and go on your first safari. Now, this is the ultimate inconvenience. You just cross the river, get in the car, and you're already on safari. And not just that, when you get into the car, you have these amazing hot water bottles and very thick blankets, because believe me, it gets really cold in the mornings when you go on safari. What is also unique about this camp is the fact that, as you saw, you just cross the river and you're already on safari. All the paperwork gets done and there's no driving to and from the safari park. But this also means that on any days that you don't go on safari, you can stay on the campside of the river and avoid paying the park fees, which do add up to $200 per day during high season or $100 during low season. Now let's see what the actual safari experience is like. It was a beautiful sight to see a giraffe walking in front of that African sunrise, but little did we know that we were about to get an incredible experience straight off the bat, first thing on our first hour on the first day of our safari. This is the reason people go to the Masai Mara, and staying in a good lodge with excellent guides really makes these kind of experiences happen more often. Because believe me, it doesn't get much closer without being eaten. Jeez, it's coming here. Oh, holy shit. What an absolutely breathtaking experience. And this was just the beginning. A few minutes later, we were with the next lions. This time a pride of female lions with cubs.
And that is why when they eat, after they eat, they can sleep up to 24 hours just sleeping.
As you can see, the name of the game is up close and personal. If you love animals, there is really no better way to go on safari than in one of these open-sided vehicles. And let me tell you, we saw not just animals relaxing, we also saw hunts, which is really rare too, to see live. But of course, we were lucky and we saw some of the most incredible activity that you could probably ever experience firsthand. And for everyone that's wondering, the buffalo got away. Now, of course, they will take you through any terrain to get you to the most amazing spots with the best animals. And you might be wondering, we left so early and we didn't even have breakfast. When was that going to happen? Well, welcome to the Safari Outdoor Breakfast. This was another very, very amazing experience that I'd actually never had before. And I have to say, it was super well done. It was exciting and we got loads of amazing photos. And all in all, this is really one of the highlights, is having breakfast in the outdoors. Yes, literally, if a lion wanted, he could just walk straight into camp. And yes, some of you might have questions like, how do you defend yourself? Do you have any guns? Nope, no guns. Just our buddy here with his trusty sword.
That's a good language.
Wow.
When you're talking, it's a good language. The lion is coming and cutting with his knife.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, as I mentioned before, we could show you hours upon hours of amazing safari experiences. But to keep things concise, here's a little collage for you to enjoy of our best moments. We even managed to see a baby rhino, which meant that we had successfully seen the Big Five. As you can see, this is an absolutely amazing place to go on safari. We saw the Big Five. And there is something really cool about staying in a place like this too, that you feel really connected with nature. But I also always wondered what happened behind the scenes. And this time we were lucky to get a glimpse.
Good morning. We are in the kitchen today at Samanara Mara camp. This is our kitchen setup. It's quite a small kitchen, but we have all of the things that we need in order to prepare first-class gourmet meals. And the gentlemen that are responsible for that are Mr. Obadiah and Mr. Wilfred.
Thank you. It was really nice to see, how behind the scenes kind of a look at how these things are run. And we were also invited to a different type of outdoor breakfast.
Now we're going for breakfast.
Now, this breakfast is different from the safari breakfast because the safari breakfast, there's no cooking allowed within the national park. This, though, is on the land that belongs to the camp, and so you can have a very luxurious outdoor breakfast, including a live cooking station with hot food. This is absolutely ideal for families or larger groups. And you might be wondering, where does all this food come from? Well, here's another behind the scenes. Samir took us to the closest village where he gets his supplies, and it's pretty well known there.
Habari ya nyumbani? Iko sida.
Hapana.
Nzuri mama.
Kimasai. Hiyo lo Masai.
Tunaongea Kimasai. So this is the closest village now to camp. It's about 5 kilometers precisely from camp. So it's very convenient, very easy to access, just 10 minutes from the camp. And we can get a lot of different work done here as well. So this is the store where we usually get our staff groceries from and our certain supplies as well. This is Kola and her family. This is the shop that we always purchase from.
The locals here were very friendly and excited to take photos with us. And this is not something that people usually do on safari, but if you do get the chance, why not? Go and see what the local community is like. Now back at the camp for our final night, we had a very special event lined up for us. It was a surprise. It was a hilltop Sundowners with special guests, which we didn't really know what that meant, but the drinks were there definitely, and the sunset, and pretty soon what a unique and wonderful way to end our amazing 5 nights. This was without a doubt one of the best safaris that I have ever been to in my life. And as mentioned, we've been to quite a few. So I would definitely recommend this place, absolutely 100%. And if you go there, please leave a note and look for our, little message that we wrote there. And if you like this video, then please like and subscribe. And I hope to see you next week with lots more adventures from Africa, Asia, and all over the world, and testing out different places to stay, different hotels, flights, and just, checking out how to have fun around the world. That's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next week. See you there.